Big season for Mike Norvell at Florida State, or it may turn out to be his last season at Florida State. Welcome to the Voice of College Football, FSU. Keep in mind that we go live with you each and every Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Logan Robinson, Noel Game Day, Jason Parker, NBC6. Big game, James Coleman, Florida State fullback and media member right now. It's a great time. Join the discussion Wednesday at 6 Eastern. Mike Norvell hit the podium at ACC Kickoff on Wednesday, and I checked it out. In addition to some of the side interviews, and this is what I took, a lot of coach speak, and that's not a knock on Mike Norvell. There's coach speak out of every coach, and actually some of it's meaningful. Some of it's actually the truth. We don't look at games in November right now. We look at game number one, and we may not even be looking at game number one right now. So much of the coach speak I have no issue with because it's actually cliches sometimes because they are truth. Now let's get aside from all of that, player development, we're growing, we love each other, all those things. Let's start with Jordan Travis. Leadership. Not a vocal guy, but he has learned to be vocal. And he still leads by example. That's still not his go-to. It's not his MO, but he has learned to communicate and be a leader vocally. Also, he has faced a lot of adversity, and he's overcome that adversity. And Mike Norvell is very impressed with his growth as a quarterback, leader, human being in the face of a lot of challenges. And he's intentional about how he impacts his teammates. So Mike Norvell explained that extremely well. The guy can speak, he can explain, he can connect. He's one of the best in college football in regards to addressing the media in a pretty meaningful way. It's not going to say crazy, outlandish stuff. That's not what I'm talking about. But he seems to be authentic. Now, is he living that out, playing that out? That's up for the Florida State players to determine. That's in the locker room on campus. All right. Jordan Travis is embracing the growth process as well, through its ups and downs as well. Of course, much has been made out of Jordan Travis's weight, that he was too frail, too weak, too small framed. Well, he can't do anything about the frame, but he can fill it out, and he's done just that. Hopefully that equals being able to take more hits, bigger hits, even though that's going to be de-emphasized, him taking off as a runner. He's, of course, going to have to continue to play off of his strengths, but more so about durability, not wearing down, either getting hurt or wearing down through the course of a long 12-game season, 13, 14 games if Florida State gets its way. The defensive depth is much better since Mike Norvell has stepped on campus as well. The offensive line, he said flat out, and this is pretty obvious to anybody who watches any FSU football, the offensive line had to be fixed, and there also had to be depth provided, and they've attacked that as much as they possibly can. Mike Norvell has said it without saying it, that this was a weak-minded team. It was a mentally weak team. It was a not disciplined team, lazy team when he got there. And it's taken quite some time to change that. But according to Mike Norvell, they now embrace the difficult workout. When they're asked or told, we're going to run more, they know it's for their own good. They know it's to make them a better team. So they embrace it. They say, let's go, let's do it. That is the point that I got out of all of this, probably more than anything. If it is in fact true that the Florida State football team has gone from weak-minded, lazy, not everyone on the team, but too much of that on the team, to we want to take on the challenge and we want to do it, and we know it's going to take hard work. There's not an easy way to get this done. Seems to have a good community there. He called it community, love each other, have each other's back. That's always important on a team. Do you have each other's back? Is there a good combination of teammates will kick each other in the rear, but they will also lift each other up? They'll recognize, okay, this dude's struggling, or he missed that play. Does he need a kick in the rear? Is the effort, the mindset, the focus, the work not being put in? Or, hey, he made a mistake, but man, he's given it his best. He does have the talent. He's going through a rough time learning the scheme or the drill. We're going to lift him up, keep him going. Let's go. It's all right. Let's go. That's that invisible line of chemistry on a team. Accountability, tough love, whatever you want to call it. There's a number of aspects to it, but is the team effective in first being led by the coaching staff, but more so leading each other. And again, the rest of it coach speak, and I'm not saying in a bad way. I got a lot out of what Mike Norvell had to say, especially in the science sessions. And want to get your thoughts about Florida State football. Of course, 5-7, 4-4 in the ACC, not acceptable. Difficult schedule, the most difficult schedule, most likely one of the top 2 or 3 in the ACC. Difficult challenge. It starts with LSU, of course, after the Duquesne game. That has to be a win. Got to be the 1AA team or an FCS team. Got to win that game, of course, in week 0. And then it's a big showdown against LSU, another struggling superpower that's trying to make it back with Brian Kelly, of course. That game at the Superdome, week 1. Your thoughts down below right here at the Voice of College Football, FSU. Again, Wednesday at 6 Eastern. If you can't be here live, and we really love for you to be here live for the discussion, of course, you can check out the replay right here at the Voice of College Football. Florida State